Moving on. All right. So I'm about to throw out a bold statement here, and I want you guys to know if you think I'm crazy or onto something, right? If the Los Angeles Rams trade for Jalen Ramsey, they will miss the 2026 NFL playoffs. And no, I do not think this is an overreaction. So, guys, I want to ask you this question: overreaction or underreaction? If the LA Rams trade for Jalen Ramsey, they will miss the 2026 playoffs. Now, before you get all fired up, let's break it down. Yes, Jalen Ramsey is a fantastic player, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, no doubt about it. And yes, a reunion between Ramsey and the Rams have been discussed with head coach Sean McVay, even saying recently they'd be open to adding him back to the roster. But here is where it gets tricky. First, let's talk about the Rams. What would they have to do to get him, right? If the trade goes down, you're looking at a player with a massive contract. And while Ramsey's still performing at a high level, is it really worth what the Rams would need to give up in draft capital and salary cap space? McVay himself has acknowledged the layer involved in this kind of trade. There's the compensation, the contract, and how would he fit into their overall plans. It's just not about getting a great player back. It's about the long-term impact on the team. Think about that. The Rams roster is already aging, and we saw last season that this team isn't as deep as it once was. Adding Ramsey, while a good move on paper, might stretch him a little too thin, especially if it puts him into financial trouble. This is a team that needs to be careful with how it manages its resources. Trading a player like Ramsey could very well end up being more of a short-term gain than a long-term solution. And let's not forget, this isn't about glaring need for the LA Rams. They already have a solid group of cornerbacks, including Darius Williams, Witherspoon, and a few others. Do they really need to trade a guy that's such a hefty price tag when their biggest needs might lie elsewhere? But there's a bigger picture. When you look at the Rams' future, the idea of trading for Jalen Ramsey could backfire. They have already gotten a lot invested in some key veterans, and a trade like this could limit their ability to bring in new talent or sign young players that could keep them competitive. Plus the draft picks. They give up they give up and trade our assets they could really use to continue to building the team after the Super Bowl window has closed. Now, the Dolphins and the Ramses are still working out details of this potential trade, and the Rams haven't shut the door entirely. But the timing here is crucial. The Rams didn't address the quarterback position in the 2025 NFL draft, with the cap space already tight. Moving for Ramsey could come at an expense of adding other important areas on the roster. So the answer is this an overreaction to say that trading for Jalen Ramsey could cause the Rams to miss the playoffs? In my opinion, no. While Ramsey is undoubtedly a talented player, the long-term cost for acquiring significant hinders the Rams' future. Their roster needs balance and depth, and stretching their resources for a player like Ramsey just might be more of a luxury than a necessary one. So what do you guys think? Am I overreacting, or do you guys agree that bringing Ramsey back to LA could push them further away from playoff contention in 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Before we dive into the responses, guys, make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe if you want more NFL breakdowns and in-depth analysis. And remember, we're live every Monday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, so don't miss out and join the conversation.